Hi, Aquarius. This is Lee from Lee's Intuitive Tarot. And as you know, this is your Friday weekly bonus. This is my way of telling you thank you for all of the times you pretty much blow up and send my videos viral for you every week. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate it. I really love that y'all do that. And like I said, that you let me experiment with you and do different things with you, and you're always open to everything that I have for you. And I just want to let you know that I really appreciate that. So this week's reading is going to be timeless. This bonus reading is going to have an extended. And so, as you know, if you want to purchase the extended, all that information is down in the description box below at the very bottom. Okay. Everything can be flipped, swapped, or reversed. Everything I'm saying. And so I'm reading from your viewpoint first. And then we're going to take a look at things from your person's viewpoint. But these cards that we're starting out here with it in the top is the overall energy just for you. Okay. All right. So first card, we have the Soul's Journey lessons card. So the first lesson we've got is Judgment. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Okay. Okay. So with Judgment, I feel like this is Spirit talking about just the whole situation, your whole life in general. And they're speaking about the fact that how I always tell you that even though you're going to run into people who don't treat you the way you deserve to be treated and don't do things the way that you would think that that they would need to be done in a manner that's suiting you and that's good for you. With this Judgment card, you have to understand that everybody is going through something at some certain point. And just like you may have situations or things that go on in your life that stop you from or hinder you from reacting in the way that you want to react, or addressing situations in the best way for you to address them, the same thing is going on with other people as well. Okay? So at the end of the day, whether or not you want to let people back into your life who you feel like betray you, mistreat you, do things jacked up to you, you still gotta let them go and forgive them. Let go of not saying let them go if you don't want to let them go, but I'm saying you still gotta let go of the things that they've done and still forgive. Okay? Like I said, that's very important because it's you holding on to these things. Because a lot of times when you're upset with someone about something that they've done to you, as I've told you in the past, a lot of times they don't even know that you're upset with them, or in some instances, they may not even care, And like I said, intent is very important. And so you have to ask yourself at the end of the day, did this person intend, did they go into this saying, okay, I'm just going to fuck Aquarius, I'm going to screw Aquarius, I'm going to do something fucked up to Aquarius? If they came with that type of intent, or you feel like, if you look at the pattern of what's happened between you and this person and you feel like that's what they've done, then by all means, you do what you think is necessary, because at the end of the day, it is your choice. Okay? But what Spirit is saying is that when you judge, you have to realize that one day you're going to be in this same spot that the person is in. And you have to ask yourself, if this was me, how would I want someone to treat me? If I didn't mean to do what I did, how would I want someone to treat me? Okay? This is coming out the way it's coming out. It may have to do with this love situation. It could have to do with something else. So please, take it as it resonates and apply it to whatever situation in your life that you feel like it needs to apply to. Okay? All right. Second card. It says love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So to me, this pretty much, let me put this to the side of this. It pretty much fits in with the Judgment card to me, because that's what forgiveness is about, is seeing the good in all things, and knowing that even though people make mistakes, and even though there are people on this earth who are going to do things to you, and they're going to have the intent that, yeah, they meant to do it, they meant to get revenge, they meant to do whatever they did, you gotta let that go. You can't go after everybody that comes after you. All right? If you do that, it's not going to end well, because there's going to be a situation. Think about those people who have those road rage situations where there was something that I read recently where they said there was a road rage incident with a mother that had a child in the car, and the child ended up getting killed because of the situation that went down between the two people. I don't know all of the ins and outs of what happened. I wasn't there. I just, read a snippet of that, and it just made me think of that. Okay. Like I said, that's a pretty extreme example, but it's an example to get you to look at what I'm saying and to understand that people are always going to do things. Okay. And like I said, it's not going to sit well. You're not going to like it. You may have a situation where you're just like, what the fuck? You ask yourself, what the fuck? But you have to just pretty much chalk things up to, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. There was a lesson that had to happen. There was something that you needed to know. There was something that you needed to take a look at. Because like I tell you, everybody, not just this person that you're in this situation with, but everybody is a mirror of things that are going on in your life. And there are things that you need to be, that need to be seen. And sometimes it takes something extreme to get your attention, to get you to see what pattern you're stuck in, or what groove you're stuck in, and something that you keep doing over and over and over again that potentially has the capacity to not put you in a positive place. Okay, because like I said, we all here to learn these lessons. So for you to take things and realize that one day you're going to be in that situation, how would you want to be treated? Even if you don't forget you, even if you don't forgive them, but even if you don't decide to continue to have that person in your life, you still have to, practice forgiveness, because like I said, it is about you. It's not about the other person. And then, like I said, with the love, just release people with love, let them go with love, and just move on. Just move on from them. You don't have to have anybody in your life that you feel like doesn't treat you properly, but you need to let it go for your sake. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Okay? Okay. So, next card we're going to talk about is home. So, I feel like this is the direction we're all trying to go in. This is where we're trying to get to. I feel like this card represents God. It represents source. It represents, the destination that we're all trying to reach when we come down here on earth and we do the things that we do and we learn the lessons that we learn and live the life that we live, is because we all trying to get home. Okay. But I also feel like for those of you that are in a twin flame connection, your person, this is why you feel as connected as you do to them. Not just because they're the other half of your soul, but because they feel like home. They feel right when you're around them and things are good. You feel like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is the situation. This is the way a love relationship is supposed to be. This is the way it's supposed to feel. Okay. And the reason why it feels like that is because it's a part of source. You connecting with your soul, your twin, which is the other half of your soul, is connecting with your soul, which is connecting with source. So I feel like with this card, that's what Spirit is trying to get you to understand, that that's all, all these roads, these different roads we're taking, even if it may seem like it's moving in the opposite direction of this, they all are leading to the same destination. Okay. All right. Then we've got the love angel. Romance angel. We've got chemistry and we've got reconciliation. Chemistry says there's a strong magnetic attraction here. And then reconciliation, someone from your past is returning to your life. So this again talks about, the reconciliation card always gives me the flavor of someone from your past, from a past life connection. Like I tell you, you and this person have been playing this thing out from probably the beginning of existence. Okay, because this is the other half of your soul. And then the chemistry, that is what's drawing you in so that you can, in effect, begin your spiritual awakening. All right. But like I said, you have to put the focus on you. Okay, this is to guide you in the direction that Spirit and Source wants you to go in. But in effect, at the end of the day, it is about you. Okay. Okay, last two cards. These are just some Aquarius cards I pulled. This is like a zodiac oracle that I have. And I pulled these two cards to see if there was anything that Spirit wanted to tell you. This is from the Aquarius part of the deck, okay? So the first card that came out was Black Widow. And it talks about betrayal, you know, or a warning, or some type of toxic situation or relationship. So for some of you, your situation, your relationship may have turned toxic, okay? There may have been, you know, betrayal. You may be feeling betrayed by this person, which is why this Judgment card is coming up, right? Okay, they may not have done things the way that you wanted them, you know, you wanted them done. The situation didn't end up the way that you wanted it to end up. But like I said, it's because this was a start. Let me explain this to you. When you go through a spiritual awakening, a lot of times something painful has to occur in order to start you on that path, okay? And so this false start that you had with this person, this betrayal, it could have been this, like I said, toxic situation or relationship, is what started you on the path. It had to happen for you to start you on the path. Sometimes it can be a lot of different things that will start you on a spiritual awakening. It could be somebody passing away out of your life. It could be anything. Something could have happened to you. You could have had a near-death experience. It's going to be different for everyone, but I feel like for the majority of us who tune in here every week and, you know, watch these readings every week, and those of you who I read for every week, for a lot of you, this pain, this painful situation, this betrayal, this false start that you had was what triggered this to happen, okay? Then we've got Airplane. So this talks about travel, overcoming. But what I get when I see this Airplane card, the thing that jumps out at me, the words that do, are things work out, okay? And it just talks about you, internal guidance systems. Okay, about you relying on your internal guidance system, because that's what this is about too. Because remember, I told you it's about trust. It's not about just trusting yourself or trusting the other person. It's about trusting, you know, your internal guidance system, you trusting Spirit and knowing that Spirit has a plan for you. And just, like I said, letting go, letting that be your superpower, to let go and not worry about where things, you know, end up. Just know that you're going down the proper path you're supposed to go down. When you see those numbers, 1111, you know, 1551, 1221, you know, 1212, all those things, that Spirit telling you, you know, you're going down the path that you're supposed to go down. You're going to continue to see those numbers because it has to do with you spiritually awakening, okay? So like I said, the thing about this card that stands out the most to me is things work out. So you may have, I feel like what Spirit is saying with these two cards is that, yeah, you may have been through a betrayal. It may have been a toxic situation or relationship, you know, some type of, you know, low vibration situation or something like that, because it's going to be different for all of you. But things are going to work out is what Spirit is trying to let you know. Okay. Okay. So let me uncover this. Okay. So we're going to take a look at, you know, this is like one of my favorite spreads to do, where we're going to take a look at things mentally, we're going to take a look at things emotionally, and then we're going to take a look at the outcome, all right? So we're going to start with your cards at the top here. You're the Divine Feminine. Your person is the Divine Masculine. Don't get caught up in genders. As I tell you, males can be Divine Feminines and females can be Divine Masculines. It doesn't matter, okay? Okay, so when it comes to the overall energy for the reading, we've got suppression. Okay, so this is talking about being emotionally numb, not allowing yourself to think or feel things, bottling up your emotions. So we've talked about this before, Aquarius. Like I said, you know, you're going to have situations that I told you, where people betray you, where you feel like you're in a toxic situation or a toxic, place, and you don't know what to do. And the first thing, that's everybody. I don't care how emotional you are. I don't care if you're very logical or whatever. Everybody's first thing to do, their first thought is to shut down, to suppress, right? But you have to look back and ask yourself, Aquarius, is this a pattern of yours? Is this something that you've been doing all of your life, is suppressing your feelings and your emotions, bottling yourself up, not letting your feelings out? You have to ask yourself that, because what is happening, the pain, the spiritual awakening, all of this is to open you up, because the only way your soul can come through and shine through is by you opening yourself up and not bottling up your emotions, okay? For some of you, you may be coming from a confrontational viewpoint, okay? Where you're dealing with things in an aggressive way, and you may be hostile or argumentative because you've been hurt and you're trying to suppress your feelings and bottle them up, okay? But we're trying to get rid of all this toxic stuff. We're trying to let go of all the toxic things that we've got in our lives. We're trying to let that go. So in order to do that, you got to tap in to these feelings. So that's why I tell you, that is the purpose of meditation. That is the purpose of journaling. That is the purpose of you getting these feelings out, because continuing to suppress is not going to help you. Because ask yourself, if this has been your pattern all your life, you got to ask yourself, Aquarius, where has it gotten you? Okay? Where has this gotten you? Because you know me. You know I'm your cheerleader. I want you to, to do good, to be good, for it to all turn out the way you want it to turn out. So I have to show you where Spirit is saying that you're veering off wrong. Because remember, I told you, Spirit can see. We can only see what's right in front of us, but Spirit can see the whole picture. So for those of you who are suppressing your emotions, you have to, continue journaling. Go back to journaling and getting those feelings out, and stop shoving them down, because your feelings matter. Okay? They're very important. Even if it's only to you, they're very important. And if you don't look at your feelings as being important, nobody else is going to do it either. Okay? And then for those of you who are being confrontational, hostile, and argumentative, this is not going to get you anywhere. You gotta do the journaling too, and find out why you feel like this. Okay, why are you dealing with things in an aggressive way? Why do you feel like, hostile and argumentative? For some of you, it could be because you're going through the D-knots or the dark night of the soul. It could be because of that, okay? Because it'll make you irritated. Because I like I tell you, I be irritated some days just all fucking day long. So trust me, I understand, okay? But still, this is not the way to handle things, all right? Just like suppression is not the way to handle it either. It's all about balance, Aquarius. So you got to figure out what that right balance is for you. And one of the ways you can start to do that is by doing the journaling, okay? Because you have to nurture yourself. That's the point of the meditation and the journaling, is to nurture yourself, to know what is happening with you at any time. And like I said, to see your patterns, to see if you're coming from this point, this type of thing where you feel, excuse me, a certain type of way, then you respond in this manner. Or if you're coming from a more positive viewpoint, then you feel like this, you feel like that. You need to know what your patterns are. You need to nurture yourself and be good to yourself and love yourself. Because like I said, if you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. Because like I said, at the end of the day, that's what this is. This is an awakening, okay? Spiritual ascension. So this talks about you having a change in behavior, slowing down to reflect. So that's what the journaling and the meditation is about. You slowing down to reflect, shifting your priorities and values, and having a transformation of your inner world. Because like I said, you can tell by your outer world whether or not your inner world is where you want it to be. Okay? Okay. And then if you go through these things, you do these things that we talk about every week, this is what you're headed towards: joy. Okay? Towards being joyful, being happy, being, just being on point all the time, and it having nothing to do with what's going on in your outer world, because it's your inner world. Okay. And so because you have a good inner world, of course you're going to have a good outer world. All right. Okay. So when it comes to your person, what's going on with them, their overall energy is hardship. Okay. So if you see this reminds me, I think is it Sisyphus? I don't know. If it's not, correct me in the comments, because I don't remember, about the person that has to push the boulder up the hill. They were condemned by the gods to do that for something that they did wrong. I don't remember, because I used to really be into Greek mythology back in the day, but I don't, like I said, I don't remember, exactly, because it's been a long time since I've read any of these things. So your person is going through some type of hardship. They're trying to push this boulder up this hill. Okay. So it's hard. It's not going to be easy, right? Okay. And then under that, we've got telepathy. Them being able to, hear your thoughts and converse mentally with you, and able to sense your feelings and moods. Okay. And your person is learning about communication, how to communicate, because that's what this is about, is that they didn't communicate with you, and that was part of the problem. Okay. All right. And then look, they got a travel card too. Remember, you had the airplane, and they've got this travel card. So, there may be some journeys. It doesn't have to be a literal journey. They could be going through an internal journey through themselves to learn how to, be more intimate. Okay. How to feel more worthy. All right. And they could be learning, just like I was just telling you about, they could be learning about forgiveness themselves. Okay. Because at the end of the day, they have trust issues too. Okay. That's why for a lot of you, your person walked away and didn't do what they were supposed to do. Okay. All right. Okay. So when it comes to the cards that represent how you feel mentally about the situation, we've got hope. Okay. The first card is hope. So you're continuing to try to have hope about this situation. Okay. It may not be going the way that you want it to, and we know it's not moving fast enough for you. We know that, but you are trying to continue to have hope, is what Spirit is telling me. Okay. Let me move this over a little bit. Okay. Because like I said, they're secrets. Your person didn't tell you how they felt. Okay. But we know, because Spirit is telling you, that they do have feelings for you. But I'm like you. I feel the same way you do. I want to hear it out the person's mouth, just like you want to hear it out of their mouths as well. So this secrets card, that's what I feel like that's about. You're ready now. You feel like, after all this stuff you've gone through, it's time, to have some revelation, right? And then this spiritual awakening, I feel like, is about you, finding your voice. Because remember, when we did the dark side, if you watched that reading, if you haven't watched it, you can go back. It's one of the bonus readings that I did maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And it talks about, some of you feeling silenced. So this is about you finding your voice and being able to courageously speak your truth when it comes to not only this situation, but any situation, I feel like. Okay. Okay. So for your person, mentally, they're seeing the synchronicities just like you are. Like I told you, we just talked about the numbers, 1111, look, 444, 333, 222. Your person is seeing those synchronicities as well. Okay, so it's showing them, they're getting the signs from the universe just like you are, that they're on a spiritual awakening just like you are. Okay? All right. So when it comes to how you see the situation emotionally, we've got pictures. Okay? Look, you got synchronicities too. Let's start with this. You got synchronicities too. So like I said, we talked about this. You're seeing the numbers 1111, 1212, 222, 333, 444. I see them all day, every day too. But you're going to continue to see these, as I told you, because this is a spiritual awakening. Okay? And then with the pictures, I feel like this is memories. This is you going back and doing the work in the past. You're looking at the things and, that have happened to you, and trying to establish the patterns and trying to figure out how you got to where you are now, okay? And what red flags you need to take a look at and what things you need to examine more closely and, you know, figure out the things that you need to do so you can be the best Aquarius you can be, okay? Then we've got the divine masculine. So it says sacred masculine, feminine recognizes her masculine, and the connection, home. Because look, there it is with the home card. Like I told you, this person feels like home to you. Okay, this is, I feel like, your goal. This is where, for a lot of you, like I said, and it doesn't, masculine, it doesn't matter. This is, we're not talking about gender, male or female, okay? So, this just is a reminder, is spirit telling you that, yeah, we know that, you know, your person feels like home to you. It feels like what's right. It feels like the thing you've been searching for all of your life. So you need to like focus on yourself. In order to get home, you have to focus on yourself because you have the directions to get there. Nobody else has them. Your person doesn't have them either. You have them. So that's why I tell you, you need to focus on you and focus on yourself, because that's how you get to the divine masculine, is you don't go through the physical, you go through your soul. Okay? Okay, last card. Balance. It talks about feeling harmonious within due to both feminine and masculine energies being balanced. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you to balance both sides of the coin together so that you don't suppress. Okay? And you're not confrontational. Okay? Because suppression could be seen as a more feminine attribute or characteristic, and confrontational could be seen as a more aggression can be seen as a more masculine trait. Okay, so you have to look at this. You have to balance these things out. Remember, I told you it's about balance. It's about finding that sweet spot in the middle. All right, so that you don't suppress and you don't get aggressive or confrontational. That you're able to be zen and be calm and be able to work things out in a calm manner. Okay? Okay, so when it comes to your person, what they're trying to learn emotionally, confidence, okay? How to be more confident in themselves. Because like I said, that communication, them trying to communicate with you, I feel like for a lot of you, the reason why your person ran was because of a lack of confidence. Okay? Because think about it. If you're a confident person, you know, it's going to take something really big to phase you. But you have to realize too, these emotions and these obsessive thoughts and all these things that come along with this spiritual awakening, it's a lot. And like I said, if anybody is not the most confident person, it's enough to test anybody, even the most confident person. So I feel like that's what your person, one of the things that they're trying to learn emotionally is how to have more confidence in themselves and in the situation with you. Okay? Okay. And so when it comes to the outcome, first outcome is clarity. Okay? Able to see things clearly, understanding situations, people, places, and things for what they truly are. So you're searching for clarity. Like I said, we got secrets here, right? So with this secrets card, that's what you want. You want this person to come forward and give you clarity and let you know what the hell is going on. Okay? Then we've got the next outcome, which is being receptive, being more receptive. So this is you opening up, because look, where it's suppression, you close down, you shove yourself down. You also, you know, closed off when you're confrontational as well. You explode, but it's still from a place of where you're shut down, where you're not being vulnerable, where you're, you know, just being angry and just, letting out whatever it is you want to let out. So with you being receptive, having receptivity, this is you opening up more and being more in touch with your emotions. Okay. and being receptive to what spirit has to give you, being receptive to guidance, okay, from your higher self, from spirit. It's saying from trusted family or friends, anybody with quote unquote wisdom, okay? So you're headed in the right direction, I feel like, Aquarius. It's just one step at a time. This is not something that's going to happen in a matter of 7 days, or it may not even be 7 weeks or 7 months. It takes some people, it takes years to go through a spiritual awakening, but it's not going to end. But I'm saying to get to where you're trying to get to when it comes to this. But like I said, if you want it to speed up, you want it to go faster, then you need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on this balance more than anything. You need to focus on balancing yourself out, because like I said, at the end of the day, it's about you. Okay. Okay. And then for your person, one of their outcome cards is regret. Okay. Because maybe for some of you, your person may come back towards you and you may decide that you don't want to be with them. So they may be feeling regret. Okay. Okay, Aquarius. If this is your story, we're going to head on over to the extended. Okay. We've got 2 more cards left over for your person, for how they feel mentally, 3 more for emotionally, and then 2 more for the outcome. So we're going to look at those cards and further discuss how they feel about this situation. And then after that, we're going to go to the Twin Flame Journey messages cards. We're going to get a message from your person to see what they want to say to you. I got 2 different decks. They have messages from, those cards have messages from your person on the other side. And then we're also going to do the Hidden Truth Oracle as well to see what the hidden truth is between the 2 of you. And then we're going to get some messages from Spirit. So if you're interested in the extended, as I told you in the beginning, there are 2 ways to purchase it. All that information is down in the description box below at the very bottom. It's either through PayPal or Patreon. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you in the next reading. Okay. Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. My contact information is in the description box if you'd like to book a personal reading. And don't forget to hit the like button to subscribe and to hit the notification bell to know when I post new readings. Please have a good day, night, or evening. And thank you for letting me read for you. And we out.